Hello. So in our today's video, we are going to discuss something very different. That is why a lot of web development agencies politely say no to certain type of startups or entrepreneurs. It's a very kind of a unique situation where someone is approaching you to get their work done. You are supposed to get paid for it, and that is why actually you exist in that business, but you're saying no to a certain type of work. And the type of startups or entrepreneurs I'm talking about are the ones who have little to no experience or little to no funding. And definitely I'm not talking about entrepreneurs or startups who have a lot of experience, who come from the industry, or who have venture capital backing or angel investor backing, and who have innovated a new product. We are talking more about someone who suddenly come up with a random idea. Their eyes pop out that this is a great idea and we can make a big company out of this idea. And they do a little bit of primary research. They may not have the technical partner. The person might be a solopreneur. They are going to bootstrap, or they are going to take some loan or some funding from their family and friends or from their parents, and now they start approaching the web development agency with their wonderful idea. And hey, this is my idea, these are the features I want in my portal or app or software, and can you do it for me? If yes, how many days you're going to take, and what is going to be the cost for it? And the funny part is sometimes these solopreneurs or entrepreneurs which are still starting up or who don't have a lot of experience, they send their NDA to this web development agency before they even talk about something, which is great. But let me assure you, 99.9% of the times, web development agency is not going to steal that idea. And even if they steal, just an idea is not going to help make someone develop a product and make it successful. It takes a lot more effort to build a company from an idea. So let's go through some points. Precisely, I have jotted 6 points for our discussion, which results in why the experienced web development agencies or experienced developers sometimes don't work with entrepreneurs who are bootstrapping, who are just starting up. So first reason, so unrealistic expectations or goals. So you are approached as a development agency by a person who has this great idea. Okay, you sign an NDA, that's done. You are now in a meeting or in a brainstorming session, and the person comes up with, okay, I want to build my product, and he starts showing you the example of Uber, or he starts showing the example of Amazon, or something as big as any of these large companies. But what his budgets are? Very minimal. So there are a lot of times you get these unrealistic expectations, and then you realize, okay, this person doesn't know what he can get done with his limited budget and with his limited resources. So that's one reason. So unrealistic goals and expectations. Second, they generate new ideas on the fly. So you meet this person, you think you have understood what actually they need, then you do a second meeting, and in a second meeting, wow, you get a surprise because the person comes up with a new idea, or he has some totally different kind of feature written on his paper or in his email or presentation, and say, hey, wait, we never discussed this feature in the last meeting. So, okay, no, I just thought it 2 days ago. It's a great, you iterate your product, but you iterate in phases. Lock your features, launch it, and then iterate. So the second reason, when experienced developers see that the person is changing ideas on the fly, they don't want to get into that kind of a situation where they are stuck in the project for a longer time. So they find it's safe for both sides to just back out of that project. Third, which is the obvious one, funding issues. So when you don't have the funding, web development agencies know that this product is going to cost way more than what you are thinking. Today they might start, but you might run out of budget, or project scope might increase where you may need more budget. So that could become an ugly situation. So if you don't have the funding, so that's another reason why a lot of web development agencies just back out. Remember, they are agencies. They are not entrepreneurs who can pick the equity stake in your startup. So there's a bit of a difference in the way these two type of companies operate, agencies and the product entrepreneurs. Fourth, little to no patience. This is another interesting point. A lot of times when you start the company, even though sometimes as an entrepreneurs, people don't do their time on time, their work on time, but they expect the agency to do their work before time. And the developer keeps getting nagged every other day that, okay, what's the progress, what's happening, show me something, and all those sort of things. So that's another thing. So little to no patience. Fifth, so the entrepreneurs have limited to no marketing experience and virtually no way or no experience in how to acquire new customers. This is very tricky. So a lot of times such kind of entrepreneurs, they come to a web development agency and they say that you develop the product, you do its marketing, you get me the customers. Okay, no, that's not how it happens. So it's your product, it's your company. A web development agency can do certain things out of it, but they can't run your entire company. You need to learn the marketing or how to get your customers. Someone else can do it for you. You can hire them for their services, but still you need to lead the way for them. Last, a lot of such entrepreneurs don't have the idea of minimum viable product. They want to develop everything in the beginning and then launch. If as an agency you see such kind of situation, I would strongly recommend to either educate the entrepreneur or just don't do the project, because that is not going to work. You cannot launch a complete product in the beginning and then hope people are going to like it. All the products which were launched in the market usually go through iteration phases. And anyways, the stats do say that 90% of the startups fail. And these are venture-backed startups, not the solo entrepreneurs or the bootstrapping startups. So here the failure rate is even bigger, and 90% is the rate where actually the startup launched and then failed. A lot of startups are not even going to get launched, and they are going to close even before that. So in such scenario, so you need to develop a minimum viable product, which get tested, see if people like it or not, and then build more features. Therefore, my advice to entrepreneurs who have little funding to no funding or are bootstrapping and have no experience of operating in the market for which they're developing the product, so is either partner with a technical person who can help you, guide you, or at least hire a technical consultant and then take his or her advice, learn how the product development is done, and thereafter hire a developer or a development agency. I strongly encourage entrepreneurs, I strongly encourage and build more products. That is how the progression happens. But still, we need to understand that one need to have realistic expectations. I hope this discussion ignites some thoughts in the minds of the solo entrepreneurs, and at the same time in the minds of web development agencies too. And if you have any comments, any more points to discuss on this topic, write down in the comment section below. If you find this discussion informative, like the video, share the video, and see you next time. Bye.